back. I don't know what happened to my last video. When I say what happened is that there was no sound, and I just don't understand why. I don't understand why. Let me check. Is there any sound? I don't understand why. Okay, yes, there's a sound. Yay! Now we're here. All right. So I am just gonna start over, and then we are going to get into it. Is there any sound? Right, let me see here. Here. Okay, so now I am back. Okay, so now I'm back. Let me know if you can hear me. So welcome back to my channel, Monday evening stitch and chat. Okay, so I was really busy this morning, but what I want to do first is make sure I say greetings to everyone. I hope that you are having a wonderful day so far. Whether you're like it maybe, say for example, if it's evening, morning, afternoon, just hope that you're having a good day. All right, so welcome. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to thumbs up. All right, so I've been really busy this morning. I hope you can hear me. The one person that's in the chat, can you let me know if you can hear me, please? Thank you, Caffeine. Thank you for that. Can you hear me? Thank you. All right, so as I was saying earlier, I was busy this morning. On a Monday, what I normally do is make samples, and I make them just so that I get a nice idea of what I want when I'm ready to sew the full thing. I make things to sell. So one of the things that I've made this morning, I made a few patterns. I made a pattern for this turban here. And I made this because I wanted one of these for months, right? I grew up seeing my mother wearing these, and I come to realize that wearing this in some cultures are for religious reasons. I don't think it was that for her, because a lot of us Caribbean people, we wear things on, well, not only Caribbean people, black people in the whole, we wear a lot of things on our head, right? So I decided to make this. I don't know what I did with the pattern. I cut a pattern and I put this together. It's quite simple. I'm going to show you how to do it. Not today, but another day I'm going to show you how to do it. But today I'm just showing you what I work on for the morning. I was extremely busy. All right, so the next thing that I work on this morning was, sound good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the next thing that I worked on this morning, I had a sweatshirt, and it was quite plain. I don't like plain clothes, especially if I'm going out. I know I have on this plain t-shirt, but I still like things that have a little style to it. And then I had a camouflage jacket that I had for a long time. So I kept it as a service purpose, you hear? But I kept that for a long time because I knew I was going to use it for something else, to refashion something else, and I finally did that this morning. I tried to get all the things, the little things that I wanted to get done a long time. I just try to get them out of the way, so when I get really busy, like for example this hat and the jacket. I'm going to show you the jacket, and it turned out really, really nice. It's a sweat. This is the color. I don't really like blue. but at the same time, this is like a navy blue. It looks a bit more pale in the camera, but this is what it is, and the camouflage thing. So what I did this morning, I actually cut this up. I cut it straight up here. Well, it's not really straight, but it's on an angle on both sides. And then I cut out the camouflage jacket and just put the pieces in here. I didn't make it. What I did, I refashioned it. And I'm just explaining that this was a sweat top and then this was a jacket. I just put them together. So I don't understand this anyway. All right, so and I put them together because, as I was saying, I don't like plain clothes. I like things that looks different. So this is what I did. I'm going to put it on so you see, but first I want to just explain where these buttons are. I watch your Instagram videos. Okay. All right, thank you. Did you follow, are you following me on Instagram? Thank you, Katfi, and thank you so much. So yeah, so where these buttons are, this was the front going down here of the jacket, and you know, I had it like that, and then I had some what you call this, applique on them. Then at the back here, these applique was also on the camouflage, so I just stick them on just so. And what I did here was I cut the sleeve, and then I add half of the camouflage, but I still kept the blue, the bottom of the sleeve here. So, you know, when you wear it outside, you still will be nice and warm. All right, so I'm gonna put it on so you can see what it looks like. It's one thing to talk and say, oh, you do this, you do that, but then when you put it on, people get a better idea of, you know, how it looks. Right, so that's amazing. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Right, so yeah, so this is what it looks like, and I absolutely love it. I think it looks different. See, and at the back here, I just put that so that, and then at the back, what I did, I had this ribbon, and I just put it across there. I think it gives it a different look, you know, it kind of make it look nice. I love it. So if I'm wearing it and I want to turn, say I want to turn this up, so you kind of give it, you see that? Yeah, looks really good. I love it. I'm glad you guys like it. Thank you. Me and my sister are YouTubers. Oh, really? What's your channel? And do you make clothes as well? Do you sew, or is there something else that you do? I like to subscribe to people that are interesting on YouTube. So let me know your channel so that I could probably follow you, subscribe to you. Mine is Kaftin and my sister is Macy and Samkat. Okay. So is that the name? As long as that's the name, I'll find you and I'll subscribe. That's really cool. So what do you do? What kind of videos do you produce? That's really nice. I'm gonna look for you on your sister's channel. I think that's really cool. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. That's interesting. Are you male or female? And it doesn't really make a difference, but I just want to know because of the kind of videos that you put out. All right, so let's get into the other thing that I was busy with this morning. So this jacket here took a while, eh? It took a while, but it's worth it. And there's a lot of thread and stuff on it, but I'm gonna maybe wash that or something. Okay. All right. So the next thing I worked on this morning, I made a sample, like a coin purse. When I have events, I tend to make a few things so that I have something different every time. Not really different, but more, well, kind of different. But sometimes I don't want to come with the same design all the time. So you want something to interest your buyers. So I made this coin purse. This is just a prototype. And I made this little coin purse here. It's quite cute. I love the combination of colors. And I think it looks really nice. So, yeah, so I think it looks really nice. You can clip this on your bag. It's like a keychain. You can clip this. You can keep your money in here, coins or whatever. It's really nice. So this is another thing I made this morning. So as you see, I was very, very busy. Very, very busy. Okay, so what I'm working on is I am going to be making something. I'm going to show you. My phone switched off. Okay. That happens. Okay, so what I have here, I have some tools. I have all the things I need. Let me turn this way so you can see. I have the things I need to make what I'm going to be making today. Okay, so I got my scissors. And these are some elastic I have here. Hopefully I finish this so that you can see. So this elastic, what I'm going to be making, I'm going to be making an underwear, right? I'm going to show you guys how you can make your own underwear. So this is a pattern I made again this morning. And I actually made one so you can see what it looks like. They're quite easy to make, not bad at all, and it's only 2 pieces. All right, and this can fit someone that's a size 12. The material is bamboo, and it has 2-way stretch. So when you're buying these things, you buy stretch material that can stretch really, really good, not just one way. It's always good to buy those type of material that they stretch both ways. And I cut this pattern here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I made this. Really, really simple. All right, I hope you can see from the end. I'm gonna go to my friends. I'll show her your channel. All right, Catherine, thank you so much. I'll also carry on watching. That's fine. Thank you so much. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right, so I have this stretch material here. As I said, make sure that if you're doing something like this, and this is very beginner friendly, make sure that your material has 2-way stretch. You stretch both ways, okay? So in that case, it doesn't matter where you turn it, you will always have the stretch. So, all right, so what I did here, I fold this over. Make sure you have sufficient material as well. So I fold that over like that. And as usual, you make sure that your material is straight when you lay it on the table. Right, that it doesn't have any twist or anything, because you want your material to come out nice. All right, you want your garment to come out nice. All right, so once I fold this is the fold side, and I need another fold side, so I'm gonna fold it this way. Okay, let me just do that. Another thing I want to show you guys, anytime you're working on a stretch material, you notice here, you see, let me turn it this way so you can see. You notice how this is folding, not folding, you see how this is rolling towards this side? This is the right side every time. Always remember that. The side that the material is rolling towards, that is your right side. So when you fold this, make sure that you fold is perfect. Okay, and the measurement for this, okay, so the measurement for these, I'm gonna tell you what they are. Let me just get my tape measure and I'm gonna tell you right now. So anytime you take your measurement, you take your measurement around your waist, around your hip, and around the leg opening, okay? So going down here, this is the front, this is gonna be on the fold. Thank you, Catherine. Actually, I do a lot of workshops, so it's kind of like natural. It's just that I don't like to be on camera sometimes. All right, so this is, for example, this is the your paper. So what you do here, the full length of the front and the back, I cut it one time. When I cut the material, then I'm gonna dip the front. This is only one piece. All right, so what you do when you have, say you have a piece of paper, you're gonna measure it down and make sure it's a little bit more than 25 centimeters, because you're gonna cut and shape it up and all that, right? Then according to what you have around, according to what measurement you have around your leg, then you go across your leg, this opening here, and you measure it. And this measurement here is 26 inches, right around here. So that means the full measurement is going to be 52, if that makes sense. And then on the side here, the measurement for that is 12 centimeters. Across the waist, the measurement is 16.2, but I'll just say 16. All right, and this here is the back. When I cut the material, what I'm going to do is dip down in the front about 2 centimeters. So with that, I'm going to come right across here, 2 centimeters. So I'll show you how. Okay, so you have your material on folds. On this side is fold, you place it onto the fold side. And right below here is fold as well, and you're going to place that down. I didn't give it a measurement around here. Across the crotch area, that's 4 centimeters. So what I'm going to do is just place this right down. And as I said, it's one piece. Then I'm going to pin that pattern onto the fabric. Make sure it is still nice and flat. Remember, this material stretched, so we need to be careful. This might be a bit tricky for beginners, but whatever you do, use your pins, use your clips, always use your pins. Let your pins and your clips be your best friend. Okay, so that's that. Let me see what's going on here. We're one of your workshops. I'm in the UK, so I don't know where you are. My workshops are around. All right, so I have this pin. Let me just put one more pin here. Okay, so I have that pin. So all I'm going to do is cut it exactly how it is. Because when I go to put my elastic, that is going to give me the extension that I need for around the leg and on the waist. But on the side, I'm going to make on the side 1 centimeter bigger. So that's my seam allowance. Thank you. All right, so I'm just going to cut this now. just notch that for my center point. Okay. So you take your pins out of that, put your pattern aside for if you need that next time. What I'm going to do here is just lift 1/2 of the material, right? I'm going to move that aside. So this is going to be the back. So as I mentioned, I'm going to come down 2 centimeters in the front, just so that your front has a dip. It's just like making trousers or skirt or whatever. You always make your front waist lower. So I'm just going to bring this down about 2 centimeters. And then I'm just going to angle this straight across here. So this is what you see here. You see where the dip is right here? That's all you need. So I'm just going to cut that across. Right, so this is done. The next one that I'm going to do is cut the piece to go in the crotch, right? So I'm going to fold and fold. Sometimes this material can be annoying because it rolls at the end, so you lose a lot of material if you don't be careful. Like, you have to just roll this out. Okay, and then we're going to roll up, because remember, we want the fold. Let me go take another side, because that side is just really is annoying. Okay, let me see if anybody's saying anything. Where you were? Okay, that's it. You know what? This is just doing my head in now. That's why I don't like stretch material. I really don't like to work with stretch material. I'm not even joking. Okay. Alright, tell you what I'm doing. I'll take this and I am going to place it down, and that would be a lot quicker for me right now, because I don't want to be here long. I just want to just have a little chat and just get going with what I have to do here. So this is what you do when you have to insert the piece in the crotch area. You can just lay your fabric down and just cut it. It will still come out really fine, because at the end of the day you just want that shape. how much this material roll under here is just it's quite difficult sometimes. Okay. I'll read the comments when I'm done. Let me just cut this and I'll come to the comments when I'm done here. All right, so that's that. I hope you guys are having such a wonderful time. A wonderful day. All right, so I have everything cut here. Right, I have everything cut here, as you can see. This is the front, just by, you see where this is lower than the back, so you can see the difference. And I have the piece here in the center. So I'm going to turn this. I'm going to turn this around so you could see what I'm doing. Right, and this is my overlocker. So I'm going to use the overlocker to make this. And this is going to be very noisy, so if you don't like too much noise from a machine, turn down your volume. Alright, so what I did here was just overlock both short ends. Okay. And then I'm going to take the underwear. Remember, you have a right and a wrong side. You see right away how this is, this is the right side. So I'm going to put both sides together here. And I'm going to overlock that. Sewing takes a lot of time. A lot of people don't realize how much work going into sewing. It takes a lot of time. If you want it to come out properly, you have to do the work. You have to do the work and take your time. That's all I can say. When I tell people that, they think it's a joke. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the machine and I'm gonna show you the rest of what I have to do here. See, I have to move my camera around and around. Okay, so now we're at the machine. When you're stitching stretch material, always use a zigzag stitch. Let me show you, because this machine is quite, sorry. This machine is a computerized machine, right? So sometimes it can be quite thing. But anyway, this is your zigzag stitch, and that's the straight stitch that it's on. So every time I sew stretch material, I always stitch it, put it on the zigzag. So what you do, you just start with your zigzag. Why I put it on zigzag? I'm sure someone would ask that, right? So why I stitch it on zigzag is that when you stitch on zigzag, when you pull or stretch the material, the thread goes with it. So if it's on a straight stitch, once you start using or stretching the material, that's when the thread would pop, pop, pop. So always use zigzag stitch. Oh, you know, another thing, I realized something here. Another thing I need to do. Because I just see something, the thread just skip. And one of the reasons why, is because I'm using the wrong needle. That's another thing as well. You have to use the right needle for the right material. Like for example, if I'm working on denim, I have my needles here that says jeans. Sure you can see that. So I need to get my stretch needles. Okay, so I have a pack right here and it says stretch. So that's another thing. Sometimes I get ahead of myself and forget that I have to change the needle. Okay, so I have to put in this needle here, and this needle would accommodate the stretch material. Okay. I think this video will go on longer than I want. But anyway, we get in there. Okay, so now we have the correct needle in. You're gonna see a difference. Well, I'm gonna see the difference. You won't be able to see. Okay, so you see the zigzag. Okay, so that's that. This one here skipped a few stitches, so I need to go over this. I'll just do the whole thing. Okay, so that's that. So with the front, I'm gonna come in a bit with the legs. So I notch here so I know when I go to cut in the leg, I'm only gonna cut around that end. This I could have done it before, but that's okay. Either way, as long as you get it, as long as it's done, It doesn't really matter, to be honest. You just make sure and put your seams together, your notches, your seams. What I'm going to do here is, no, I'm just going to cut. I'm holding it in my hand because I can do that, right? But I'm just going to come in slightly around the leg in the front. Don't try this at home, because what you do, you can do that on the table. I just wanted you to see. That's it, really. Okay, so I'm going to go back on the overlocker. And I'm going to overlock the waist, and I'm going to overlock around the legs. But first, these are the elastics that I cut earlier for the waist and around the leg. I think these two are the same. Okay, so this long one here is for the waist, and then these two are for the legs. So what I'm going to do is just basically make sure they are correct. Okay, so I'm going to go over to the overlocker, and I am going to overlock the ends. All right, so for the seam here, what I'm going to do is make sure and put the seam towards the back, so you can see the front here. So that means the seam is going to come facing the back. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I am back. What was I doing? Okay. All right. Okay, I'm back here. What was I? Okay, so I was overlocking this. So let's just make sure that we have everything correct. I just overlocked the around the waist, right? So the next thing, this is the crotch bit, right? You're going to make sure that you center this as usual. And then notch and notch. And you can see this is, let me turn it this way, you can see this is the front. So with that, make sure that you know where your front and your back is. And this is the front here because it's lower than the back. And this is where I notch. So what I'm going to do is just put this down right here, place a pin. The good thing with the overlocker is that while it's stitching or overlocking, the garment is cutting, so that you don't have to worry about having to cut that before or whatever. Okay, so see right around here, it's not really straight, but that's okay because the overlocker is going to cut that. So I like to start in the seams. It depends on what I'm working on. But for this, I want to start right in the side seam. Okay, so I finished stitching around that side. I'm going to do the other side. Start from the side seam. Oh, I started here. So I need to continue. Okay. Make sure this is nice and flat, because you don't want anything to like be bulging. Once you're happy with that, then we go. Okay, so all of that is done. We finish overlock everything. The next thing is just to put the elastic on. And I'm going to go to the machine and we're going to do that. So this is basically the finishing up. So I'm going to turn the camera again. Okay. So when you cut in these elastics, when you cut in the elastic for these pieces, obviously when you cut in your underwear, you're going to cut it smaller than the measurement that you take. So because remember because of the elasticated material, it has enough so that it can still fit you around, right? So I'm just gonna stitch this elastic on. I'm gonna start at the side here as well. Make sure when you put in the elastic on, it has a right and a wrong side. Okay, so this is the right side. And then we're gonna start in the seam. Always start in your seam. I'm gonna pin this so that I can see how it is going around. And obviously, as I think I said it before, you cut your elastic smaller than your waist. Depends on how much. Well, like for me, I cut it about, I think, 2 inches smaller. So you can see the elastic here is way smaller. Is way smaller than the waist. This is where the end of the elastic is, and the waist is all of this. So when you go around, it will gather in nicely. All right, so let's just go ahead and do that. And remember, zigzag. Let me take this out here for a bit. I started off with the straight stitch because I want to tie the ends off, and then I switch back over to the zigzag. And then if you can see how this elastic is, there's a thicker part up here, look like about 0.5 centimeters. That is what is on the waist of this. That's what you're stitching on. Could have cut this a bit shorter, but that's okay. I just cut that bit off. That is just a bit longer. Okay, so you make sure and tie off your thing way better. I mean, sorry, make sure and tie off your ends really nice. So you see how the waist is really, really cute. You don't need anything more than that. So I'm gonna put the leg opening, I'm gonna sew the elastic on now. And then once I finish, you'll be able to see what it looks like. Stay tuned. Nearly there, guys. Nearly there. Nearly there. Okay, that's one leg done. And that's the leg. Okay, this is your waist. Then I'll do the final leg and finish up. So when I started, I fold the elastic at the end. You can do that and lap over at the end, but I like to fold at the beginning and the end. So if you're a complete beginner, you can this is something simple you can do. And another way that you can do it too, you can take your original garment, the original underwear, and you can place it down, fold it and place it down on the material and cut around it. That's another way as well. Okay, I can hear the machine. That means the bobbin is finished. So I'm gonna have to fill the bobbin. You'll be able to see how I do this. All right, when I'm filling the bobbin, this is supposed to go here, but I don't like it there because I find when the bobbin is being filled, it doesn't feel nicely smooth, and I like to hold it like this, send it to the stopper, and just press the foot, the foot pedal. Right, that's that. All right, so let's continue what I am doing, just finishing up this, and then that's it. Then I'm out of here. Okay, one more thing I need to do is just to give the back a nice stitch, just right at the back here. So once that's nice and flat, I'm just gonna zigzag that straight across, just to hold this piece down. And that also need to be on the zigzag. Okay, so that's it for this. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna press this so that it looks nice and presentable. So when I come back, I'll present it to you guys and you'll see how it looks. So I will be right there. Okay, I'm back. Just need to cut a few threads. It looks really nice. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It comes out really cute. Okay, you can see the elastic, how it is. And because it's zigzag, you wouldn't hear, because it's zigzag stitch, you wouldn't hear any cracking with the thread. The thread wouldn't pop. Because as I mentioned, once you use zigzag stitch on stretch material, you will never hear the thread pop. If I did do this on a straight stitch, using straight stitch, you would hear pop, pop, pop as I do this. All right, at the back, I stitch right across here. So you can see the zigzag stitch going right across. At the front, I didn't do that. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. It was lovely. It has been really good for me to show you guys how easy it is to make your own underwear. It's not difficult at all, and it doesn't really matter which style you use, whether you use the full coverage, you use this midway, whether it's boxers or maybe those thongs. It doesn't really matter. As long as you have the right measurements and the right cut, you'll be all right. All right, did you guys enjoy that video? I would like to know, the 2 people that's watching, can you pop down in the chat and say whether you like the video or not? That would be good. I need to see whether you like the video. 3 people now. So, did you enjoy the video that I just made? Okay, so yeah, so let me know. Thank you guys for watching. It has been a pleasure. I absolutely like to do videos like this so that you can see what you know, how easy it is to do your own thing. And again, at least you'll know what material goes on your skin. Oh, I don't know if I did mention, this material is also is a OITech certified material. What does it mean? It means that they were these kind of materials, they were tested for harmful substances, and that's what I like about making your own things. At least you know what you're wearing. I know sometimes for some people they don't care about all of that. They just want to get what they get. But yeah, at the end of it, sometimes it just damages people. Because at the end of the day, people do not care about you personally. They care about making money. And that's what it is all about. Yep. So that's it. I've been on here over an hour. My intentions were to be here for as long as this, but then I get talking and that's it. But sometimes when it comes to videos, you can't really time yourself. You just have to just go with the flow, I guess. All right, my lovelies. And that's it for tonight. Stitch and chat. Thank you so much to everyone who popped in or watched the replay. I really appreciate you spending your Monday evenings with me. All right, so I'll be back next Monday, hopefully at 6 p.m. for another cozy Stitch and Chat. Don't forget to like, and also on Thursdays, I have uploads that I have with my what you call it, what's on my table Thursdays. I have some really good videos uh, um coming up. I also have some great ones that I've uploaded before. If you haven't yet subscribe and have a look at my videos. Don't forget to like as well, because that helps my videos or my channel to be in the algorithm. All right, so see you guys next time. Until then, take care, stay creative, stay inspired, and have a beautiful rest of the day, evening, or night. All right, thank you guys. Bye. Not bye. See you next time.